and welcome to this video where we'll talk about how you can create testing of SAP interfaces for SAP PI and PO a lot faster. So why do we want to test anything on the PI or PO system? We want to make sure that nothing has changed if we apply a support package. Sometimes I've seen mapping dynamics change, and that means we would get some errors, and we want to avoid that. We also want to make sure that nothing breaks in production. If we have anything that fails in production, it will cause a lot of problems in the company. Also, we want to avoid errors in messages that is failing because of message mapping error. So there's different ways to test. One way is to ask a business person to create a new document, send it through from ERP to the receiving system, and verify that everything looks as it should be. We can also find messages on the productive system and send them through our test system and verify the output looks the same. Or we have seen some people use the message mapping editor, where you can save some test cases, run them, and verify them with some version you had earlier, or just verify that the message mapping still works. All of these are really labor intensive. They are not perfect, and they take a lot of time. Time that you could spend on your business instead of testing. That's the reason why I created the integration regression tool that allow you to test messages really fast. Let me show you how it works. So here we have the interface. We would select agents. So agent could be deployed on your productive system. That way you can see all the icons that are on your productive system. We want to select some messages we have. And we want to select all of these. Select here. And now we want to record messages. So this would take messages from the productive system and download it to our test system. So we have saved record messages. We want to do it automatically. We want to create a new grouping of these templates or messages into a testing template. And we want to create 5 messages for each of these. We save. And then we can go to this page and we can see we got these 5 messages going on. We want to start the recording. So what happens now is the system would put in modules in the beginning and the end of the processing chain on all the communication channels on the selected icons. And then we would send web service requests to the server saying the next 5 messages coming into this system should be saved in a database that we can retrieve from the test system. So every time we receive a message, we would persist this message, and the resulting message would also be received. And then it's just sit back and wait until we have received the number of messages that we want. So we can see that now we have received a set of test cases. For some we have received 5, for others we have just received 3 messages. So we want to create test cases with these messages. And we can see we will still continue creating test cases for the remaining messages. Here we can see what test cases we have, and we can run this. So once we run the message, we would take the message from the test database, we would send it into the XI30 protocol. That means we can send it into the same ICO as you have selected without modifying the ICO. So that would mean we would send it in with the same party, the same receiver, the same system, the same interface, the same namespace. And that way it would process with the same modules, the same operation mappings, and the same modules at the end. And we would save this message for comparison. And we would compare this message with the original message you got. So let's see how it worked. we can see one of them was successful, but the others were not. So we would have to go into this one, we view the result of this message. We can see we got 2 messages in that gave errors. We would view the differences between these messages, and we can see it's the date that differs, and we would accept this is okay, this should always, or this should be correct. So we would change it. This would mean that next time we run it, if there's a difference in the date segment, it would just be ignored. So we'll go back. We would run our test again. And now we can see we got some more that are successful because we have added this qualifier saying date is okay. This value can change. And then we'll just go through and make the adjustments and verification on all the other icons to make sure that we have the right data for it. And that's how easy it would be to set up this initially. And whenever you are deploying a service pack, you just click run, wait a little while, and then you'd verify that nothing has changed. And if nothing has changed, you know that your adapter modules are okay, your routing, your message mapping is okay. And you can safely proceed to testing just the things that matters the most in the support package. But that means instead of spending days or months testing, you could do it in a matter of hours. I hope you enjoyed the ease of creating test cases, running them, and verifying that all of it work. If you want to know more, you can look at figaf.com/IRT to learn more about the tool, and you can get a free trial and test it out on your own system and see how easy it is to create messages, record, and verify that they look okay.